Hey, what's going on, friends and family? My name is Skylent, and I know I made a dookie with the last video I produced talking about basically just everything I did not enjoy about Battlerite. However, I'm actually going to kind of amend that here. Well, I mean, I'm not saying I regret anything I said in that video. It's literally like, I mean, I'm not lying, and it's just, that's my opinion, that's what the game is. But really, that video was just kind of nitpicking, and now we're going to kind of do the opposite, you know, kind of balance things out, equilibrium, right? Now I'm going to talk about everything that I really enjoy about Battlerite that I didn't quite get to say in my review. You see, video game reviews generally just kind of focus on the physical aspects of the game, you know, what you can literally play and what literally interacts with you. But when you play online games, especially like only online games, MMOs or competitive games, they are organic, and your experience can change over time. So this video is actually going to be highlighting the hype I have for the future of the game and what's happening right now when it comes to the publishing aspect of the video game. A lot of people don't realize that, you know, development of a game heavily actually relies on how well it is sold, how well it is marketed, and how well they, you know, from there kind of aim and produce and do content that's kind of superfluous to the video games. Like, you can have a game, you can have, like, you know, Halo, Quake, and a couple of other competitive shooter games, but if you never have those tournaments, then you're not going to really have that many people actually shooting at each other, and that's going to be a little bit detrimental to the game, especially a game like Quake, which is just online only with no campaign. So Battlerite, no campaign, it's got no extra game modes. It has one extra game mode, but you know, that's cool, that's good for casual players, but all in all, it doesn't have like a ridiculous amount of fluff, and that could normally be a negative. But actually, right now, at this moment, because of the small dev team and because of the focus of the audience and the focus of the game mechanically, it's actually a really good thing. So I do want to say that. Immediately, I'm glad that the game is really focusing. It's like, yo, this is 3v3, competitive, jump in that ranked ladder, you know, grind it out, join teams, and smash it. And then we have ESL tournaments, I believe, are coming up. And we got some other tournaments in some other areas and community tournaments. I would love to set up my own. I think that'd be cool. Do like a little code giveaway or something. If we could do that, I would very much enjoy that. And hopefully you guys would too. I know you guys do. Guys, real quick, click the Discord link in the description. Join us. We talk about Battlerite and a couple of, you know, new games. We play it all together. But I would love to set up like some tournaments and things. I think that'd be cool. But anyways, Battlerite is a game that seems really good physically set up to, you know, hold that sort of environment. But what I'm super excited about, what I really want to just kind of splurge on here, and I just really just hype out, is the overall publishing of this game and the popularity. See, some people think popularity doesn't matter in a game. Some people think like graphics, you know, don't matter. You know, how clean their website, how good their trailers are. Some people think that's completely outside of the game, and nobody really reviews that except for me. You know, that's why you guys Patreon me and donate and give me games so I can talk about that sort of stuff, look at the trailers, and yeah, I mean, I'm awesome, right? I get it. But I really want to talk about Battlerite. See, there is a very specific reason I think while Battlerite is doing so great compared to its predecessors, even games like, I guess, Secret Ponchos, well, it looked pretty good and stuff too. Like, there's some other games that looked decent and they were almost great, but Battlerite is just hitting it out of the park. And it's really not just because of its mechanics, because like I said, its predecessor was somewhat similar. There were some other similar games out there, but Battlerite is doing this extra stuff, and that's why I'm hyping it. So immediately, it has 30, wait, hold on, let me get the actual number here. Let me get the literal number for you, my dudes. At this moment, it has 32,611 players. That is fantastic. And my forecast is that for the, like, one whole year, which you might consider a season in the game, maybe it could be a couple seasons, is going to probably sit around in between 30,000 and 20,000. I do think that it will lower a little bit. I can't really tell because this was such a big surge of players, but I would like to see it around 30,000, and even if it's just above 10,000, that's fantastic. You guys really don't realize that other games in this genre don't hold these numbers ever. Or even reach these numbers. I mean, Bloodline Champions could not even dream of these kind of numbers. So this many players playing is fantastic. Some people think, you know, the population of a game doesn't, you know, translate to how competitive it is, but that's like literally what it means. You can be the best at a game, but if like only one other person plays it and it's your little cousin, that doesn't mean anything at all. The more people, you know, jamming and fighting and shooting each other all together is going to make those people better. It's going to make it more fun to watch. It's going to give more people incentive to actually join the game. And it's going to give more incentive to Battlerite, the developers of Battlerite, to actually have, you know, they're going to get more money because more people are playing. They can put more money into the esports, and it kind of becomes cyclical. And so it gets more and more and more players. And that's kind of how, you know, that's how it works. That's why people want an esports game. That's why people want to make it you know, certain games that have certain design philosophies when they design their game. But the thing they forget so much is that there's more to just the game, the literal game, than that, the physical playing it. There's more to it. You need to actually engage the audience. You need to actually hire streamers, especially those who are focused on League of Legends, you know, games like that, maybe MMOs, and you know, get those streamers, get those YouTubers, and promote it. And that's what Battlerite did. It really pushed the envelope there and did this huge social media marketing scheme where they just got tons of players to join the game. It's launch day, I believe, or yeah, launch day it did over 30,000 if I'm not mistaken, but I think like day 2 or day 3, it's got about 45,000 players to jump in. And, you know, there it's going to kind of coast out. It's going to kind of dip down. But basically, they got a lot of players into the game. Not only did they do that huge marketing, but they also took a lot of money. They got a boost of money during the development, which is kind of why the development was elongated. And instead of just spamming new characters, they actually went back and they changed the graphics. They updated the graphics. They made everything cleaner, some things brighter. They made it easier to look at and better to look at. So mechanically, it's a little bit easier to identify people, what they're doing, their animations, just because of a little bit better color palette, you know, here, there. You know, some polygons are a little bit more refined. It really makes a difference when you're actually playing, but it's also going to make a difference to when people are just looking at this game and getting interested in the game. So I'm really wanting to, like, you know, applaud Battlerite for realizing graphics matter. In a game, and this was a big risk, it really was, but in a game genre where people think that graphics don't matter, frankly, like Bloodline Champions is definitely a testament to that. A lot of people think the graphics don't matter. It's just about the literal numbers. It's about the literal competition. But if nobody's playing your game, there is no competition. So Battlerite realized that. We got a lot of players playing. And I just want to ask you, before we continue on, before I just continue spitting at you guys, are you having fun with Battlerite? I'm hoping you are, because a lot of people are playing it. A lot of people are jamming to it. We're all having a good time. Again, links in the description for the Discord. We like to talk about it and play together. So yeah, I'm having fun, and I do hope that you guys are too. But continuing on, gotta keep the hype alive. Battlerite has a lot of players, and it looks good, so, you know, that's great. That's great. But what about tournaments and things? Well, Battlerite seems to officially be wanting to go in that direction. I mean, not only are they just making a fighting-like game, right? It's a brawler game, a fighting game, a MOBA. I don't know what you want to call it. It's basically a top-down fighting game to me, so I'll call it a brawler, similar to For Honor or Absolver or something like that. But I really think that they want big tournaments. So I'm actually here on the ESL Play. It looks like they're partnered with ESL. They might be having some tournaments. I don't know. I'm a little bit confused on it myself. So maybe they should have that a little bit more clear inside the game. They do make it very easy, actually, to see people's plays with the Odium. You can actually look at replays and things like that, save your own and share it with other people. So it's really cool to share, you know, basically the competition of the game. I would actually love to cast this game. I think it'd be pretty cool. Maybe I think I could speak fast enough, but I need to learn a little bit more about the game. So if anybody has like a link to where I can sign up to be a caster, I think I would like to try that. But anyways, this game seems like it's trying to partner with some people. I know there's already communities out there that are setting up tournaments. I personally would love to set up my own, so if you guys would join us for that, please, I'll give away some keys. I got lots of random keys for random games. If you beat me in Battlerite, I don't know, I'll give you a key or something. So I think this game, it was always going to have community tournaments, but officially, I do believe Battlerite is going to be setting up its tournaments. It's going to be setting up, you know, it has its ranked ladder. It's going to be setting up teams together, and they're just going to go ham with it. I do believe that is the direction they're going in, and I believe they're serious. There's a lot of games that weren't serious, and they launched, and they didn't have enough tournaments. They didn't have enough emphasis on the true competition, and a lot of companies think that, oh, we'll just make a good game, and then the esport will follow after that. And that's actually, I think, probably the wrong way to think about things. Like, yeah, you got to make a good game, obviously, but if you think that just making a good game is good enough, it's not. You need to advertise YouTube. You need to make, you know, polish your website. You need to polish the user experience, the UI. You need to polish that art style. You need to polish every little aspect of it, and you need to publish your game. Publishing is just as important as development. I don't know if you noticed, but if you go to the mobile markets, you can see that some really popular games aren't exactly the best and most in-depth or original games. Publishing is important. Battlerite realized this. They took a gamble. They spent a lot of money, and I think it's working. So as long as they keep making new characters, and as long as they keep adding in cool skins and new arenas, I think it's going to do just fine. And that's going to lead me to my next part here, is the future of this game. The new characters. Well, since around launch time, since I was playing through the beta, it seems that after they kind of updated the graphics of the game, they started really churning out a lot of characters, and that's really good. So we just got Thorn, actually, day one, and hopefully we get a new character soon. I hope that we don't get it as slow as Overwatch. I would like the pace of Paladins, where it's basically like every month or two, we get a new character, you know, very solid, very reliably, a new character, and then also remixing and remaking older characters that quite don't fit in, or maybe they just didn't quite, you know, land where they wanted them to. So hopefully they keep doing that. I did say that I think some characters needed to be reworked, but I'm gonna say here in this video that's just talking about hype on the game, I think that they're going to do that. I think they're going to keep reworking characters, remaking characters. I think they'll keep adding characters. And I think they're taking a lot of inspiration in terms of like polish and design from like League of Legends, which is a good thing. Absolutely a good thing. Because based on their last game, Bloodline Champions, Battlerite is just so much more of a solid experience. It is so much more modern. It is so much more up to date. And not just because it's a newer game. I mean, Bloodline Champions kind of looked older back then. I mean, hey, League of Legends did too. But this whole modern design philosophy, you know, modern publishing mindset, I think that this is the perspective to have with this game. It's an online-only game. We need eyeballs on the esports, we need eyeballs looking at the game, and we need people actually jumping into the matches, you know, and it just kind of becomes all cyclical. And I think that's going to be working. I think that's how Battlerite is working right now. I think people are jamming to it. I think we're hype about it. I think we're having fun. Now, I've already talked about the mechanics, how they're really solid, all that good stuff. But one thing I didn't mention in my video where I just said, guys, I don't need to mention too much because it's just solid, it just works. Well, the reason it does work is because it has so many servers. Actually, like, I think they want to have a global audience with this game, which is really surprising. There's a lot of games that, you know, smaller studios or smaller niche games, sometimes they won't even have servers proper, you know. For Honor, looking at you, and we saw what happened with For Honor. But my experience with Battlerite has been so good, and not just because I live in Dallas in the middle of America, which, I mean, it could be actually, but actually, you know, talking to you guys on the Discord, you guys do help me with reviews. A lot of you guys are fans, and you guys work and play and live. You know, you travel, or you literally do live in other countries, and you tell me that, you know, you play Battlerite there, here, over there, and it just works. You know, the servers, the pings, it's just fantastic, and that's great to hear. So Battlerite, it just works, and it's because of this extra steps that they're taking. They really didn't need to reach out, you know, to this far. They didn't try to have this global, you know, audience, but they did. You know, they didn't have to polish up the graphics just a little bit extra. They didn't have to hire these huge, probably really expensive YouTubers to promote the game. They probably didn't have to set up their own tournaments and things like that. Really, in the end, this game would have had its own audience. It would have had its own tournaments. You know, the community always setting up these things. I've been a part of those, and that's fun and cool. But the truth is, here now, I'm telling you right now, as it is for realsies, guys, Battlerite is doing a good job. It's really not just like, I like the game physically and I want to promote it. I'm telling you that this game is doing such a good job promoting itself that I can undeniably, and I think anybody can undeniably look at the statistics and look what it's doing and say, that's a bad job. No, Battlerite is doing a pretty good job. It might not be the best, it might not be perfect, it ain't no Destiny marketing team, I understand that. But I've been talking a mile a minute, and I kind of should just end cap the video. So here I'll just say, guys, is that I'm having fun, and I'm enjoying the game, and I am a player that specifically plays games because they are popular or because they do offer extra services, such as, you know, they are esports, or they have seasonal events like Guild Wars 2 or something like that. I do play games for that social interaction. You know, that's the point of online games, in my opinion, especially online-only games. So Battlerite, does it get Skylent's seal of approval? Does it get the seal, you know, the future-proof recommendation from Skylent? And I say, yes, I will recommend this to you if you're looking for a game to engage, to play competitively, to grow into, to join a community, because I think it's here to stay. So yeah, that's probably something you normally don't hear in reviews, and well, there it is. So if you do enjoy this sort of episodic version of my style of reviews, then I don't know, peel some eyeballs on the Patreon, donate, or give me some games to play. I don't know, or just play with me, actually. Just like, subscribe, share, leave in the comments, actually, what you think. But actually, join us on the Discord. Links in the description, and I love talking to you guys over there and debating and arguing all the time, but also just, you know, going to the Looking for Group channel and just be like, hey, anybody want to play some Battlerite? That's cool, too. So I like doing this, I think this is fun, and it's really refreshing to have a game like Battlerite where I can so just honestly just talk about the game and not feel bad. You know, even in the video where I just kind of trash the game, there was like 2 things I talk about, that's it. There's like 2 things that I think the game could improve upon, and I think that it will improve upon. So yeah, let's end the video with that, guys. Anything negative that I've ever said about Battlerite, do I think it will actually enhance the experience overall, and will it fix those specific things? Yes, I actually think it will. So that is my hype video for Battlerite. This is everything I truly enjoy about the game. Obviously, an extension of the review, which is basically, yeah, there's, you know, people flippity-flopping, cool skill shots, team fight, MOBA, all that good stuff. Yeah. You guys know what Battlerite is, and it's solid, it works, but this is kind of why it takes the extra step forward and to promote itself and make it known that, hey, we're actually a really legitimate game, and we want to make something a little bit more serious and something a little bit more than just some random free-to-play that a niche audience enjoys. This is something serious, and I think we should be serious about Battlerite. So that's all I got to say, guys. Lots of words, a little bit of reiteration. You guys know how it goes. I don't edit these videos. Much love. Hope you guys have fun. My name is Skylent, and I'll see you in the next one.